Alright, holy crap, you guys. We've got all kinds of new events that just dropped that we've got to talk about, man. First of all, we've got a Prism Shard Summon Pool event. We're going to be talking about just how good this event is, just how unmissable this event is. If there's ways that you can actually farm crystals for free, which I don't see that there are right now, it just looks like it might be a little bit of a whale fest. But the champion pool for that is insane. We'll get to that in just a sec. But there's also a Verdant Deck of Fate event that just dropped as well. And this is going to be a little bit of a stand-in for the missing Dungeon Divers event, which is missing from the Fusion calendar. And so, yeah, while you're farming Spider, which is live right now, Spider Tournament live right now for the Fabian Fusion, you're going to be farming accessories, obviously, and this is also going to be earning you points towards this Deck of Fate. So we're going to be talking how to max out this Deck of Fate. If you want to go ahead and max it out, that said again, this one's going to be a wee bit costly, but it does get you your hands on a new Void Legendary, good old Khorne Branchbreaker, who seems to be a little bit of a, I don't know, PvP specialist, have some uses into Clan Boss with his ability to self-cleanse. He's got some other areas of utility in the game. Is he worth maxing out this Deck of Fate for, though, and pulling all of your crap for? Well, that's going to be for you to decide for your account. And so we're going to be talking about like the costs of maxing out this Deck of Fate, because you are able to get points from summoning champions, depending on the shards that you pull, as well as summoning souls from soulstones. So we're going to be talking about all of that, man. Hey, before we do it, if you're looking to start off a new raid account, man, then the month of March is the time to do it. While the special anniversary promo link offer is active, man, click on the link down below at the top of the video description box to jumpstart your new account with a free legendary champion in the form of Elnaril, as well as 3 additional epic champions as you level up your account. Clicking on that link will take you to this webpage right here. Use this webpage to create your new account, and bam! Elnaril will be waiting for you in your account's inbox once you're done with the in-game tutorial. Should also mention as well that promo code Supreme6 will get you Supreme Gallic as long as you input that beginner promo code on day 1 of your new account, man. That is Supreme6 for Supreme Gallic on day 1 of your new account, and this promo code also expires at the end of March as well, man. So really an insanely hot time to be creating a new account. Okay, man, first and foremost, let's touch on the Prism Shard event. Now, it's important to note before anything that pulling these Prism Shards will not get you any progress on the Deck of Fate. It's kind of completely separate, kind of completely divorced from one another. You only get points from shards in the Deck of Fate event if you're pulling a certain type of what would you call like a static shard, so ancients, voids, primals, and sacreds. And so we'll get to that when we get to it. But right now, for the summoning pool for these Prism Shards, because dude, it's really good. Like, it's really, really high quality, man. I feel like the legendary champs in the mix here are just unreal. Staltis is great. First Axe Tuskor might be one of the misses of the pool. To be honest, like, he's fine. He's got some great damage modifiers, I believe. Very, very good damage modifiers, actually, but he's one of those guys who just kind of hits stuff real hard. Got a lot of extra 10 mechanics. I don't know. Could be cool. What do you guys think of First Axe? He's like fairly new champ. But of course, we've got UDK in there. You've got good old Harima in there as well. Really nice Wall Masters in the mix. Hansel is actually legendary that I really want to get because I've got the 6-star soul for him just sitting there. And of course, I've got Gretel to pair up with him as well. Mans is in the mix, which is ridiculous for somebody who's getting into more live arena recently. Just some great legendaries here as well, man. Some of the top tier revivers as well. Duchess maybe a little bit power crept. Belle's not the most amazing block buffs champion in the mix too, but a lot of these legendaries, very, very, very high quality indeed. Of course, the Newt, you know, how the hell could I not touch on him? As for the epic champions, we've got actually every single epic, I think, that's involved in the Mikage Fusion. And so if you're still working on that, there's, I think, basically all of these guys in there, the Fae Gun, the Yolfrig, Delaja, whatever, they're all sort of in the mix, as well as just a few extremely high-quality epic champions for progression in the early game. Besides that, if there becomes any way to farm any of these crystals to get even one chance at a pull at any of these legendaries, it's obviously only 6% chance, then I'd say take that chance, take that shot. Because he's just so good. It's just right now, I don't know if any of the crystals are farmable because, I mean, I know what you guys know. You know, I don't have any insider knowledge. But yeah, I can just say what I see right now. What I see is an extremely powerful Prism Shard event that's like sort of buy-in only. swipe only, swipe or skip. So that's that. That's the Prism Shard event. Oh yeah, also, I would say as well, make sure that you do not pull your Prism Shards if you do decide to invest in this event, right? Hold on to them until the very final 24 hours of the event so that the Prism Shard pulling event then overlaps with the Champion Chase, which is coming up, I think, on the 20th or the 21st. Either way, I think at the final 24 hours of the Prism Shard event, it's going to overlap with Champion Chase, so you get some free points in that event as well. So just have a little bit of patience, okay? I know there's some people out there that just sweating, they just stare at their Prism Shards all day, man, sweating, wanting to pull so badly. Have some resilience, okay, man? Hold off. You can do it. Anyway, as for the Verdant deck effect, so we've already covered how you're going to be getting points in this. If I just scoot over again just a little bit, yeah, get artifacts and accessories, summon champions, summon souls from soulstones. Now, when it says summon champions, we've already touched on this, but yeah, it's lying to you. It's not about summoning champions. It's a summon rush deck fit, meaning that you are looking to you're going to be earning points based on the quality of shard that you are pulling. Now, the most efficient way to get these done, almost always pulling sacred shards, right? 1,600 points for a sacred shard. It puts you at how many do you need to pull? Say 25 or 26 sacred shards, I think, to max out the full thing. 25, I think it is. Then if you're a little bit short on points, you can make up the rest by farming artifacts and accessories, because frankly, I don't think you're going to be able to finish this from just farming artifacts and accessories. I mean, the energy cost of that is going to be absolutely ludicrous. That said, I might challenge myself just to try and do it, just because I'm that guy, who's just stubborn as hell. Yeah. 25 sacreds if you want to do this by pulling sacred shards. And as for pulling soul stones instead to get this done, I believe for eternal soul stones, which again is probably going to be like the most efficient way to get through this, you're looking at about 11 eternal soul stones to get your way through like most of the event, I think. And then when it comes to immortal soul stones, is it like 55 or something? That's kind of off the top of my head a little bit. I haven't exactly put the time in to work that one out, but yeah, it's a hell of a lot, right? Eternal soul stones though, about 11 to get yourself through most of this. And so the question then becomes: is this event worth it? We've of course got like the lock-in, uncommon, rare, epic, whatever chest. Get 3 of these in a row, you get all kinds of bonus rewards as well. 500 gems, man. If you get to lock in 3 epics, I know like this never happens, but again, it's always nice to dream about getting the max rewards from locking in 3 epics in a row as you're flipping your cards in the deck at Fate. But there you go, those are the rewards you can pick up there. And as for the actual rewards from just flipping cards in the deck, we've of course got the Void Legendary, who we'll touch on in just a sec. As for the rest of the rewards, there are a few duds in here. I mean, like rare skill book. Like, really, you know what I'm saying? We've got like rare skill book in here. We've got some lower quality oils in the mix as well. I know they can't all be awesome rewards from here, but like the dusts and stuff, I don't know, dude. There's some of these that are not super exciting, but there's a legendary book in there at the very least. It's all going to really come down to how many cards do you want to flip to get your hands on Khorne Branchbreaker, whose kit is as follows, right? This is sort of like the main prize, so let's cover his kit real quick. Attacks one enemy before attacking, remove a random buff from the target. This effect cannot be resisted if this champion is under a shield buff. Interesting. Place a block revive debuff if this attack kills an enemy. Also very interesting. And increase the value of any shield buffs on this champion by 30% of damage dealt. Cannot increase by more than 10k at a time. I don't think that it's not like a shield cap of 10k. It's a cap on how much you can increase the shield by. So it can't spiral out of control super quick. But I'm already thinking, okay, block revive, bolster set, PvP kind of deal. I believe, unless I'm mistaken, I believe that the damage modifiers on his A2 might actually be pretty good, unless I'm just nuts. Let me check. Okay, it's actually a multiplier of 3.9, which to be honest is pretty good. Like that's not bad, at least for an AoE skill that has some built-in ignore defense. So it's an attack all enemies on a 3-turn, ignores a percentage of each target's defense equal to 50% of the difference between this champion's max HP and any shields on them. So it's a little bit of a weird, like we're playing into the shield gimmick even more here. It's definitely a wee bit strange. Yeah, just massive shields on the guy, and he's going to ignore some defense. I don't really know, man. I'd like to see this guy get play tested, so we can really judge how good this A2 actually is. But yeah, even if you can just be ignoring, like, I don't know, 25 or 30% of defense on an AoE hitter like this, it might be good enough to justify a spot. Either way, is A3, place a shield buff proportional to this champion's defense, and 25% strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns, and then place a counterattack buff on this champion for a couple of turns as well. So, yeah, bringing the pain in terms of buffs. Not bad defensive buffs into clan boss as well, I guess. Very, very expensive clan boss champion, though, just to be bringing strengthen. He does also bring counterattack, but it only buffs himself as well. On the passive, remove 1 random debuff from this champion at the start of their turn, so he can self-cleanse. Self-cleanse, the likes of clan boss stun as well, is fine. And at the start of every 4th turn by this champion, remove all debuffs from them and place an increased defense buff on them for a couple of turns. Increase the champion's defense by 3% for each debuff removed by this skill. He's a bit of a strange one, man. Bit of a niche one. I don't know what I think of him, dude. I don't know what I think of him. I might just go for it anyway, just by seeing how much I can grind this out by just getting artifacts and accessories, and then maybe pull some Eternals or something towards the end if I just need to push myself over the line. Very, very interesting one. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is an event only for the whales? Probably. In fact, sadly, I think that maybe this and the Prism Shard event, based on what I can see right now, might be... Oh! Sand Devil 10 attack. There we go, man. There is a way to farm some crystals at least. I will be doing this even... Man, I'm going to do this in every account that I possibly can to get that free pull from the Prism Shards. So that's good. That's really, really good news. That means that basically every single account is going to get a shot at least 1 pull from this active summon pool. If you hit Legendary, the chances that it's going to be extremely, extremely good are... very, very high. Again, there's only like a few legendaries in here that I consider like average. The rest of them, very, very excellent. And the epics we've already covered. Very, very useful indeed for an early game account as well. So, yeah. Nice. At least one of these events isn't going to be an absolute whale fest, you know? Either way, man, that's the quick event roundup. Let me know what you guys think down below, man. And hey, while you're down there, if you're looking to start off a new raid account, a new alt raid account, if you will, a new early game raid account even, then make sure to do so using my beginner promo link, which is down below at the top of the video description box, man. Be signed out of Plarium Player on your PC. Click on that link and use it to create your new account, man, to get your hands on Elnoril, as well as a whole bunch of other additional freebies as you level up your account, man, including 3 free epic champions as you level up your account. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to catch all of y'all just a tad bit later, man.